Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Easy Achievers Gaming Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Elijah, with my co-host sitting beside from me, Alex.
How you doing, guys?
How are you, Alex?
Pretty good, man. Tired.
Tired?
Yeah, man.
What you been doing?
A lot. I've been doing a lot, man.
All right. If you guys forgot, don't worry. We'll remind you. This is where we break down the previous week in gamings. We sit down, talk it over. Whatever piques our interest, whether it be Dragon Tales or Cat Dog's biological parents, we talk things over. If you like that, support us, please. Patreon.com/EasyAchievers. If you watched the previous episode, you know Alex needs to eat. He needs at least $1.
I do, man.
For ramen.
I need that ramen.
You need ramen. Alex, how hungry are you today?
I'm actually pretty hungry right now.
You actually pretty hungry?
Yeah, man.
Did you eat anything?
I had, we had some Panda. It's Panda Express. It was pretty good. Carly went there for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
She enjoyed it.
She enjoyed it?
Yep.
I like Panda.
Yep.
They mess up their rice a lot. I have the rice, sometimes a little undercooked. Sometimes they let it cook at the bottom too long.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you make fried rice?
Yeah.
You have to lay the bottom and you want it a little crispy.
Yeah.
It's not that right kind of crispy, so it messes
Yeah.
up sometimes. But teriyaki chicken?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, and today the chow mein
so
was
good.
not on point.
Really?
It was too oniony. It was like I had more. I felt like I had more or whatever they have.
The
I
onion
think
to noodle ratio, all off.
Yeah, no, God no. I had to scoop some of the onions out of the way to get the noodles. I'm like,
At that point, did the noodles just taste like onions?
they were they're bland.
They were
They're like
bland.
yeah.
Little bland.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry to hear that, Alex.
Yeah, man.
But that reminds me, if you're a freeloader, please give us 5 stars on wherever the hell you're listening to. It can be either iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, SoundCloud, soon YouTube ? We're figuring that out.
Yep.
Alex, you figuring out YouTube? Because I God for sure don't know how to use YouTube.
I will figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll do it. And check out our socials. Twitter at AVM9000. Alex is over at Crazy Flip Skater. But before we get into news, let's do... Alex,
What's up?
what you been playing?
I went back to some Red Dead, man.
Red Dead?
Yeah, man. I never finished it. What we talked about last week.
Right.
And I went ahead and started it up.
What do you think?
And I mean, I'm enjoying it again so far.
Is it still hitting?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I actually want to play a little bit tonight. I want to get past that bank part.
Oh,
the
yeah,
bank
we talked
heist
about it last
thing,
week.
Yeah,
Yeah, the bank
so
heist.
like I'm literally about to go do that mission now.
Right.
And I'm gonna see if maybe sometime this week I can finish it,
Mm-hmm.
so I can actually say I'm done with the game. And
Hey,
who
we
knows,
can,
I might
we
go
can
to
have
the
like a
online.
little chat too
Yeah.
about it. The online I tried. Same
What?
story with Grand Theft Auto Online, with
Yeah.
Red Dead Online.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's it.
started it. I mean, it looks like it has its own storyline, which I do and I like.
It was the storyline is cool.
Yeah, so I want to continue that and see what's going on. It's just that there's so much extra updates that they've added. I mean,
Right.
it's like, so I'm like, ooh, I feel like I'm too far back.
It's like GTA where it's
Yeah.
like,
Ooh,
ooh,
there's a
I
lot
need to
going on.
have an air base.
Yeah,
What?
it's
I need to own
a bunker.
A bunker? What's going on here?
You need like $2 million per thing.
What is happening?
Yeah.
I have to sell drugs? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, man. What about you? What you been playing, man?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I went back because I
did
want to
you?
play the new DLC.
Yeah.
Now, just like with everything else, I went back to play the DLC, but then got stuck with other stuff. I'm
yep.
playing what is it? The Lost Tales of Greece. Have you played any of those? Do you know what those
No,
are?
I did. I see them popped up, and I know what
So
they are.
they-
I didn't go to them.
So if
yet.
you don't know what it is, it's free updates they did to the game. Basically, aside from the DLC episodes, you also have free updates that are called the Lost Tales of Greece, and it's a new, I think it's bi-weekly or monthly, I don't remember, but they add a new quest basically whenever they can, and you get to play it. I love them. The last two I did, not as great, but my favorite was called Daughters of Lelea. That was an awesome quest. If you guys haven't done that one, go back and play that one. That was awesome. And again, it's free, so you can just, if you own it, you can jump on it, play it. What else have I been playing? Apex, I think. Like always, played Apex. Still fun. Is that it? Oh my god! I thought you know when you do the week.
Yeah,
you're
you're
like,
trying to see what
I'm
else
so
have you
busy, and
done?
you're like, oh, I know. Yeah, I guess that's all I've done. I played Odyssey. Played
Yes.
a little bit of Hearthstone. That's
Yeah.
about it. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I just Red Dead, and then I've been watching that Netflix show Dark.
How's that?
It's
weird, right? And then you tell me
it's
it was
different.
weird?
It's different, but I mean, like, because at first it was like, if you like Stranger Things, try it out.
I still need to watch the new season.
God, it's so good.
Is it?
I
Is it
like
good?
it. I like it.
It's getting me upset. All right.
Why?
You know why? I'm pretty active in the social media space, I'd say, right?
All right.
I'm over on the Twitters and the Instagrams and well, not really on Facebook, but I'm on the Reddits. And I see, and you're probably going to laugh, I see everyone saying this gentleman needs a strawberry slushie. And it just upsets me because I have no context. And I'm like, let me watch the damn episode first.
Then go watch the episode.
I know it's partially my fault, but I want to blame everyone else for my problems,
I binge watched that the first day.
Right.
Like, literally, that's all I watched.
Jesus.
It was good.
I've yet to start it. We were watching Office. We had to finish Office.
Yeah.
Office. I will say right now, without blinking,
really,
the best comedy sitcom show ever.
Really?
I mean, it's
I've
unmatched.
never watched it. I've seen commercials. It looks funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Last 2 seasons, storylines were terrible. Still funny. Storylines were terrible. Everything else is one of the best in TV ever.
Goodness.
If you have Netflix, go watch it. It leaves 2021 very beginning, I think, or something like that, to NBC's thing. Let's get on a diversion real quick. What's up with all these streaming services now? Are we just going to have cable again at this point? Are we just going to get cable again? Because now there's NBC, there's HBO Max taking...
Yeah, I mean, for the amount of streaming service that there is, you might as well paying the same thing as you would for cable.
I think we're paying more eventually.
I think I have like, what, 4 or 5 streaming services? And it's like, what, $10 each? That's $50.
I have Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu.
Yep. And well, granted, we share half of that.
We share I share Netflix with my father.
Yeah,
I pay for Amazon Prime, and you do Hulu.
I do Hulu, and I got Netflix from my mother-in-law.
Okay.
So.
Oh, and we share DC Universe.
Yes, that one. Yeah, we share. Which I started watching Krypton.
I need to watch that. Shout out to Cameron Cuff. He's such a nice gentleman on Twitter.
Yep.
That looks like an awesome show.
Yeah.
I
want to watch season 2. It looks
we gotta
good.
do a pop cultural, but like just
things
we sit down and just talk about garbage.
Guys, if we get enough people,
if you give us 10 cents on Patreon,
enough supporters, we could do another show about pop culture, movies, stuff like that.
This is just an excuse for me to talk about more Office and talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Have you ever watched that show?
Have you
watched all of it?
Yes.
Now, when you say you have...
No, yeah, I finished it.
Have you... Okay.
I finished it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you scared me.
I was about to do a fun thing where it's like, I figured you didn't watch it. So I was going to be like, all right, Alex, we can do a thing where you watch Avatar and we talk about every episode. But
I mean, I wouldn't mind going back.
I
kind of don't remember a lot of it.
It's my favorite, I think, TV show.
Yeah.
Period.
Really?
Like cartoon. Like, I think it's my favorite...
Yeah.
Watchable experience.
I see, and I have to think back on that one because it's hard.
It's so good.
I have so many shows.
So
like Cat Dog.
So like Cat Dog. Who can forget Abominable Snowman Mouse Creature?
The frog. Anyway.
Why does it have hair?
But
moving on.
Wait, my original statement. Dark, really good show. It's weird.
We were talking about Dark, you're right.
Yeah, look how much we've gone down from it. But it's German, so everything's dubbed, which actually, usually dubbed look kind of weird when they talk.
Right.
It's not bad. Mm-hmm. But the show has to do with time travel.
Okay.
And I'm not going to go into detail because you have to pay attention.
I love that because not only is it dubbed, it's over a very complicated problem like time travel.
Well, because at first, the way the show starts, you're like, all right, it's weird. It's kind of, it's interesting. Then it keeps rotating, and you're like, all right. And I just fell in the loop, and I just kept watching, and I'm like, so it got better and better.
Is it super complicated?
No, but you do have to pay attention because you're like, all right, because there's a lot of things that are connected, and it's not complicated. It's just I like it. I actually started enjoying it a lot already on the second episode because the first one you're like, this is weird, but all right, I'm gonna keep trying it, and then after I kept going, it was pretty good.
I need to get more into the watch and stuff. I find myself getting busy with
But
games.
You know how I am. I like just putting something on that I'm like, that looks kind of cool. It's a very niche title. I'll try it.
I think I'm the opposite, where I'm like, I play like the random games. Mover.
Yeah. See, I'm like that with movies and shows.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
What do we do again? Oh, yeah, that's right. A gaming podcast. Let's get back on that. What this episode is going to be primarily based on, we're going to go over the news, mainly the new Nintendo Switch Lite. Now, of course, Nintendo hates us, so they immediately posted this after we recorded last week's podcast. So we looked really far behind.
Yep.
But that's fine. Let's go over the main things that you need to know about the Nintendo Switch Lite. It is, of course, the $199 version of the regular Nintendo Switch model. Very key point, it is portable only, does not connect to your TV at all. It launches September 20th, 2019. Again, it does cost $200. It is $100 cheaper than a regular Nintendo Switch.
But you keep in mind, it's the same price as the new 3DS XL, brand new.
Right. That is correct. I think, you can get lucky, get a 3DS on sale, $149 sometimes. Usually that's the 2DS XL, so it depends. Mm-hmm. Sizes, we're looking at the regular Nintendo Switch at 6.2-inch screen. And the Switch Lite model has a 5.5-inch screen. Now, I have seen this in a lot of places. It says it features a 20 to 30% better battery life. I've read conflicting reports everywhere. Yeah, I've heard it has better battery life, but it then depends on what you're playing. So I'm honestly just going to assume it has the same Switch battery. Yeah. I don't think we're getting much better battery life out of this thing. And if we do, maybe it is like they said 20%, which 20% of like 6 hours is like what?
Because what I saw, I think it was like 3 to 6, and then this one is like 3.5 to 7 or something like that.
So like you're getting like 0.5 more.
Yeah, so you're getting 30 minutes to an extra hour.
Good, but if they can't make the improvement, they make the
just
improvement
don't get
wherever
those
they can.
External batteries that like make it heat up. Expand.
Yeah. If you don't know you have a Switch, be very careful what you buy for it, because you can very much destroy the battery inside of it. I've seen Switches where they're like
the batteries
they've doubled in sizes almost because it's expanded so hard because it's heat up so much.
I've yet to use an external battery for my Switch.
God, no. I leave mine docked. I let that thing breathe there.
I've docked
and touch it
twice. When I play Breath of the Wild?
No. So what I say is I'm docking it to charge it.
To charge it. Good point. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I charge it.
Very rarely do I actually put it in the TV. Yeah. But usually when I'm playing it, it's on the TV.
Yeah.
My girlfriend plays it more.
Yeah, that's usually how I charge it, is dock. Or that or cable. I don't even use the dock anymore. It's like I have it in a drawer. It's just because I don't really use it for the TV anymore. So I just... I
didn't know this about you. So you're not a docked man.
No.
Wow.
Honestly, I don't know why, but like the first time I docked it, it was very it wasn't very as the response time wasn't as great as I hoped it would be. When I was playing Breath of the Wild, I was trying to, I don't know if it was a Joy-Con issue or just a response thing in general, but the latency was just
on your controllers.
I guess.
So no. What I'm asking is it the controller you're talking about, or are you talking about when you dock it? It's not transferring to the TV as fast.
Yes,
that's what you're talking about. Oh.
Yeah, once I dock it, I was playing and I was running around and I moved, and maybe it's not much of a difference. I mean, but I can tell it's like a second. It's not as responsive. It's not like with it.
Was your TV in game mode? Maybe that was it. Maybe, I don't know.
But it felt off, and
I agree.
And I even felt like it was lagging. I was like, I'll keep it on the.
And once it happens, it sullies the experience.
It ruined it for me.
Anymore. I get it. The Nintendo Switch Lite, very different, of course. It is again portable only. Does not feature detachable Joy-Cons, so this does limit the games you could play. I've had a lot of questions about this. So the Nintendo Switch Lite, you cannot play games, for instance, like the hit game 1-2 Switch. You cannot play that game on there. You would have to buy separate Joy-Cons, attach them Bluetooth to the Switch Lite, and then play it like that.
I mean, you can play it on the Switch Lite, but you just can't. You'd have to get extra controllers.
The problem is there is no stand on it.
No.
So I guess they expect you to lay it down and play it while staring at it. And at this point, we're just talking about things that people will release so you can add it on there. I assume someone's already working on
third-party things. Yeah.
Someone's already working on a kickstand. Someone's already working on a case for this thing that you can prop it up. I'm sure that'll be fixed third-party, but that is annoying. Now, one highlight of the Switch Lite. Get it? Highlight, Switch Lite.
I gotcha.
That took me 3 hours to think of, so I'm glad it worked.
Good job.
It does not plan on... Sorry, the actual Lite has a proper D-pad, so it's not separate buttons like on the Switch.
I saw that.
But over on GameSpot, they did ask if they were planning on adding a proper D-padded Switch Joy-Con. They said no. So that sucks. Once I saw a D-pad was on the Switch Lite, I was like, okay.
Now, are you? I'm assuming you're one of those who you want a D-pad.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
The thing is on there is not a D-pad.
Yeah.
It is 4 buttons that mimics a D-pad.
And see,
I like
I understand. For a D-pad.
Right.
Doesn't bother me. But I'm not playing as many Metroidvania games as you are, though.
Yeah, see,
So
when
it's
it's
more
a
for
2D
Metroidvania.
side-scroller, if
Yeah.
I was playing, for instance, Bloodstained on there,
Okay.
which I wouldn't get. Well, I wouldn't because it doesn't have a D-pad.
Yeah.
You
wouldn't
no.
No?
Now, if it had the D-pad, very much would be interested. I do play the Pro controller, so if I'm ever playing things like Super Mario Maker, I'm using that. I'm using the D-pad to move around and stuff like that.
And see, I'm not having issues with it with normally when I played Celeste or Mario Maker right now. I'm not
So you
minding
played
it.
Celeste with the Joy-Con, really?
Yeah.
How? Did you beat the game?
I'm like I never finished it. I'm like on the last chapter.
Okay. Beat
But I
that
never.
game. That's
Yeah,
really
I
good.
want to.
Anyways,
it's been a while that I let
before
it
I
go.
tangent on Celeste, it was a fantastic game. I can't imagine you not playing a D-pad with that. And if you can,
Yeah.
kudos to you.
I mean,
I'm
of
not
course,
talking.
I feel like I would recommend a D-pad, but it's not gonna stop me from playing the game. Like I'm like I'd still enjoy the game.
See, once I noticed there wasn't a D-pad, I was like, well, I have to buy the Pro controller now. So I bought the Pro controller using that.
Yeah.
Amazing. Pro controller is awesome.
I've yet to buy one.
It's the same thing as an Xbox One controller.
Yeah.
I can understand you not wanting to buy one.
And see, and see,
$70.
We'll see in that, and I feel like the only time I would use a Pro controller if I would have it docked to feel like a console. But
I only play my Switch really docked.
And see, I don't. I always play handheld, so I don't think there's an issue.
I'm almost primarily using it docked, and if I'm ever using an undocked, very rarely, and if it is, it's using what is it called? I think Nyko made the holders for the Switch. You have one. You pop it in, and it adds handles. That makes it much more comfortable.
Yeah,
than
and see
it
that
is already.
I use that.
Oh God, that's
and
awesome.
then honestly, sometimes I've catch myself since I'm right next to the end table on the couch,
right
in the living room. I'll kickstand the Switch, pop the Joy-Cons off, and just lay my arms to rest. And I even have them just one Joy-Con and one in the other, like
You're
separated.
a man.
Like I just chill and
That
just chill
sounds very comfortable though.
It is very comfortable. Like I'll be playing
reminds me
Fortnite and
of
I'll just
the
be chilling
Wii.
like this.
Did you ever play the Wii?
Yes.
Did you play it like Wii Remote with nunchuck?
Yes. Like that.
I
That's
used
how
to
it feel like.
I used to
Just
relax
there's no
with
wire
that too, when you could just press buttons. That was nice.
There was just no wire, so yeah, that's how. I mean, I don't mind it.
So it looks like the existing Switch not really changing at all. Doesn't look like there's a new filing. Now it does seem like there was an FCC filing that says that the regular Switch is getting a slight internals adjustment, which could mean a lot of things. It could be they're changing it because they're having to move production, so they're saying, hey, might as well change it while we're doing this.
Yeah.
But let's not get that confused with the rumored, which not really rumored anymore because they're not making it the Switch Pro. They're getting slight adjustments to the existing Switch. There are no talks to bring another system in this year that is called Switch Pro, or anything that's upgraded. And I want to touch on what a Switch Pro would be. To you, when I say Switch Pro, what comes to your head?
Bigger screen.
So it's handheld. I argue it wouldn't be handheld.
Really?
So my argument would be, so you got $199.
Okay.
Yeah, $299 for a Switch. You got $199 for a Switch Lite. Maybe they go $399 for a Switch Pro, but I feel like with that extra $100, I feel like that extra $100 with a handheld, you can't get too much.
I can see that.
I don't think you could get much. Maybe you can get slightly better battery life. You can get slightly better graphics, but I'm thinking we're talking so slight that they can't market it to be a bigger experience. Okay. So what they do is they release, because they having this Switch Lite and Switch already out for consumers to have, they release this Switch, let's just call it Pro for sakes. Yeah. And it connects to the TV, and then it makes it easier just to grab whatever existing Switch Lite you have, take that on the go instead.
Okay. Yeah, because I can see that, because they have, from going least to biggest, they have the Switch Lite, which is handheld only. The regular Switch, which is handheld first and console, and then the next one would be just console. I can see that.
Yeah.
And if not, then I would say, if they don't do that, then the next thing would be a bezel-less screen, or maybe they can even try to up the screen to where, what is it right now? 720 on
720 handheld. 1080
I would try to
when you
see.
connect it to
I'm
a
thinking
TV,
that maybe
depending on the game.
I'm wondering if they can ever try to do the 1080 on the handheld. That or less 900. What was it? Is it 920, 960? In the 900 one.
Yeah.
I forget which one that is. I think it's 960.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I guess.
That's the only thing that, other than it not being a console, I think that's or not handheld at all, would just be to where they upgrade the screen itself or just a better screen.
And maybe I'm disregarding how much you could do with an extra $100 on the Switch. Maybe they could put an OLED screen in that thing and make it look beautiful, but I feel like it won't get much stronger. So when the Switch originally came out, I was like, oh, the dock can upgrade it to make it stronger.
Yeah.
And then I realized, no, it doesn't do that. And then I was like, well, I guess it makes it easier for them later on for an existing Switch owner to dock it to then increase the power that the Switch can maybe
Now, do you think, let's say whatever this Switch Pro would be, do you think they can have it docked to where it can run 4K?
I feel like that's a lot of money.
I mean, that's my thing. Because
I'd be interested to see what's the minimum cost of a 4K device.
I mean, right now is what the Switch is 300, right?
Yes.
I mean 400. That's a Pro.
Right. That's a good point.
And so I'm assuming let's say the Switch Pro let's say it is a handheld / console. The screen,
if
the
it's
lower
a handheld
screen,
/ console, you're not getting 4K.
And that's what I thought. So
they got to pay for a screen on that thing, and they got to pay for all this other stuff.
So it would have to be console only, and then they could do the 4K.
Right.
That's why they would be a Pro.
Okay.
So I agree with you on that one.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what this Switch Lite is. I when I saw it, I was like, do I buy this? Rebecca needs a Switch. And then I was like, I don't want to give her an inferior model.
Yeah, and see, that's what I was thinking. I was like, should I get Carly the Switch Lite? Because all she uses is handheld. That's all she uses.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I mean, who knows, though? I might want this Pro, and I can give her this one.
I was thinking, hey, I'll give her my Switch until another game comes out that I care about. But she can have my Switch until this Animal Crossing, if it ends. I don't know if this ever ends. Her love of Animal Crossing expands. Her love of me, I assume. And this thing is probably going to be the permanent household item. I don't know. I'm very excited to see what happens.
Oh, yeah, same.
Can I transfer my data between the Switch? By the way, I'm reading all this off GameSpot. This is written by Chris Pereira. Forgot to mention that in the front. But they basically, it's like a Q&A that they answer. They ask a question and then answer themselves. And we just wanted to go over a couple things. Are you able to transfer your data? You are. You can transfer your data by just doing cloud saves that they added a few updates ago.
I mean, it's still a Switch.
Pretty easy, but I believe you do have to pay for the online, though.
Yeah. So
you have to pay for the online, which is $20 a year. Reasonable.
So it's pretty much the same way as PlayStation Plus. To be able to save your
Except
games.
It's $20.
Yeah. No, it's way cheaper. My God, yeah.
Yeah.
But with PlayStation Plus, or excuse me, with PlayStation, to have your games saved to the cloud, you have to have PlayStation Plus. So it's it's just way cheaper. Way cheaper.
And if you pay for the Switch saves, you can immediately transfer. But if your time runs out, let's say it expires, your saves don't delete till 6 months after. So that's a nice note to have too.
Okay, cool.
So if you ran out,
you don't have to worry immediately. It'd be okay, I can get a next paycheck.
And stuff like that. Yeah. So you don't have to immediately get it, but remember, 6 months it will delete everything. Just be careful with that.
But it's only $20 for a whole year.
Yeah, I feel like that's very reasonable. Okay. And also, you get any.
Just don't go out one week. Just just save it.
Yeah,
just eat ramen one day like I do.
Yeah, eat ramen. Just eat 50-cent packets of ramen.
I mean, I get the 80 cents.
Oh, you treat yourself?
Yeah, man. The most expensive ramen I've gotten.
What's your favorite ramen?
And see, I haven't had nice home ramen.
I have
the cheap ones that you get at Walmart. The cheap or the most one I've gotten.
What's the brand I like? Not yakisoba. The one that's the circle box. Marriage? Is that Marichin?
I think so. Marichin?
Might be Marichin.
Because there's chow mein, yakisoba. And then there's
the circle one that's always hot and spicy.
Oh, God.
I get hot and spicy chicken and shrimp. That's usually my go-tos.
I forgot.
Dang,
I have one that I got right now, that I've gotten recently, and I think it's Marushan, but it's like a kimchi flavor one.
Ooh.
And it's usually in the international section of Walmart, but they have they have this beef one, and I love the beef one too, and Sierra gets it too.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah,
nice.
but yeah, those are really good, and I started eating these new ones that I think are my favorite. They say Asia on it. But Walmart discontinued them, and the only place I can find them...
Do we need to start a Twitter campaign to get this back in Walmart shelves?
I kind of do, because the only place I can get it...
If you're listening to this, tweet at Walmart. We have your kids. Bring back...
I don't know why,
ramen noodles.
but this is the randomest place. Big Lots.
Big Lots.
I went to Big Lots the other day and I found out.
Doesn't Big Lots like sound like that one place that had like you don't know what they sell, but they sell everything.
Yes.
But you don't know what they sell.
God, yeah.
But they sell everything.
They have this. Like they own the only place in town that I can see.
You ever need a lawnmower and detergent? Big Lots.
Like, hey, I go there for like they have some good couches. My next couch.
I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Surprisingly, they have
good couches. Big Lots. Yeah. We just made them an ad campaign. We got good couches. Big Lots.
Give me a discount. Big Lots.
We demand 10% off everything.
Anyway,
they go into colors available. There are 3 colors for the Lite, one special model. 3 colors start yellow, turquoise, and gray. They're also releasing a special Pokemon model. Comes out November 8th with the game. It is Zacian and Zamazenta. It's the legendaries in the game. They look really cool. Don't know that name though. I like the one with the sword, which I'm sure everyone does.
Honestly, just because it looks like that Dark Souls
of course,
wolf.
Right? I forget his name, but I loved that thing. He was so cool.
That was a good fight.
I was like, why can't I make him my buddy? I give him pets.
Yeah, but honestly, Carly and I, when we saw the review, I like the yellow. The yellow
really? You digging the yellow?
I'm digging
that turquoise all the way for me.
Oh no, I love all of them.
Did you see
but that yellow though?
Did you see the Pokemon one?
Yes, that one's nice.
Hot,
it's like the left side. The left side buttons and analogs are blue.
But yeah, the
analogs on the right and the buttons are. Is it pink?
Yeah,
it's more of a pinkish, right? Yeah.
It's like a hot.
So pink. I like it. That looks nice.
So good.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah. Like
will it work with all Switch games? Yes and no.
So. No.
Yes and no. So remember, if it's motion controlled.
Oh god!
Once you switch Super Mario Party, you have to have Joy-Cons.
Yeah. Good.
They said Nintendo Labo will have certain issues because it's a different size than the regular Switch. Don't know if they plan on fixing that. I assume.
Yeah,
no.
the screen's smaller.
No. Yeah.
It's just it looks like it's because I forgot I should have put it in here, but I had a comparison size through each handheld, and it's slightly bigger than the Vita, but smaller than the original Switch.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're trying to figure out how small this is, it's slightly bigger than the Vita.
Take your hand out, put it sideways, pretend it's a screen. Now slap yourself with it. Wasn't that funny? We had a fun time together. You can use amiibos with it. All you nerds who have a million amiibos. I'm one of those nerds.
I have one. I use a statue.
I have 3, I think. You can use amiibos on it. You just
that's cool.
You pop them on there. That's cool. Does it support Bluetooth headphones? No. Why?
No, I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any handhelds that have supported Bluetooth. If I'm wrong, please correct me and tell me which handheld.
I'm pretty sure the Vita does. Let's prove this.
I do not.
Let's prove Alex wrong, guys. Send me a picture of the Bluetooth headphones on the thing. Now, we're not going to check on the thing because I'm going to rail him next week. He doesn't hear anything I'm saying right now because I'm hiding my mouth, so he can't read my lips.
I can hear your voice through my headphones.
We've been found out.
But I literally don't think it can.
I feel like the Vita did, but I
can go grab mine right now. I just think it's dead.
So many drugs every day. I don't know anything.
I think it has a Bluetooth function in there for something, but not headphones. It's not for headphones.
You're probably
It could be maybe for remote play or something. Like I use a Bluetooth capability, something for remote play.
You're probably right.
But it's not for headphones because I tried doing headphones before on that thing. I tried using the LG Tones before, and they had no Bluetooth thing on it.
I'm probably wrong.
I wish they would add Bluetooth to handheld devices.
I'm just very upset that they didn't add Bluetooth.
It's like how, like why,
Bluetooth
like
on that thing.
Is it hard to add? I mean, like, is it more expensive? Yeah,
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I would like to use my wireless headphones.
Right?
I guess not. I don't know. Anyway, next story, bud.
Nintendo Switch does not plan on adding D-pad to Switch Joy-Cons. We've already told this, but I just want to reiterate how upset I am.
Yeah, you're pretty upset about that one.
And like, it's not
anytime soon
that big a deal, but like it is.
I mean, some people like. Yeah, I know you do.
Now I have to mod it. I have to like open it up. I'm scared I'm gonna lose something. You know how the people do it? They open the Joy-Cons.
Yep.
They
take the rumbles
take
out.
the shell in it. They put the shell in it.
Yeah, they change. Like I've seen those N64 shells. I still want to do that too.
Yeah, me too. I can get a atomic purple. Mm-hmm. Did you see mock-ups people did? Mm-hmm. So people did mock-ups, if you guys don't know, of the Switch Lite if it was atomic purple, the SNES and NES versions. Why doesn't I don't understand.
I don't know why they don't do this.
Why don't they do stuff like this? I don't get it.
Because with the 3DS, I mean, they had some that they did with the it looks like an NES or anything like that.
I think they did all of them. Like we just said except atomic purple.
Yeah, they didn't do anything with 64.
Just
give me a GameCube
if there was
one,
an atomic purple one, I buy it just to have that.
Yeah,
I
like
literally
just sell so many.
I just
like okay,
Nintendo. I want to give you my money. Why won't you let me?
Like with the Switch Lite, I love the 3 colors. I mean, of course, gray is gray, whatever. Yellow and turquoise, awesome. The Pokemon one, cool.
Right.
Give me some extra ones. At least a shell, like at
least a shell.
Like say, what about a case? Like just a case that makes it look like it. Why don't they sell this?
I feel like a liar.
It's Nintendo.
Yeah, they said they're a toy company. Make me good toys, all right?
Yeah.
And this is more of just a required reading. Like, please go read this. This is an awesome GameIndustry.biz opinion article by Christopher Drank. Nintendo Switch Lite is destined for success, but Switch Pro is the important one. Just goes into a lot of stuff talking about, the announcement of the Switch Lite, what this means for things like the 3DS and the Vita, and then goes into what a Pro means and how that could help. Mainly going into how this Switch Lite is, of course, an ideal 3DS replacement. So everyone who has a 3DS, this is a very compelling reason to move on from the 3DS to then buy this thing, which was the same price as a 3DS.
So they can stop making 3DS games, because obviously they said that they're still going to keep making 3DS games. Why?
And he brings up an interesting point. I don't know what you think about this. Switch Pro will prove crucial as Microsoft, Sony, and Google start promoting their new platforms. Switch Pro would be like a... they can release it as a new... Thing? Well, no. So what it is they can release it as a new hardware release. Okay. So they get a same amount of hype as an Xbox and PlayStation do when they hit PS5 and Xbox
just so
2
they're not
or whatever
behind.
It's called. Yeah, so they can... They also have a little hype thing because people are going to get more and more excited once it starts slowly revving up to Xbox to PS5 talk. You know what I mean? So people are going to get their oils greased. What? Their wheels greased and all that. Like they're going to get very excited.
Their oils greased.
Grease them oils.
Yeah, it's not oily enough.
Not oily enough. We need oil in this grease. But yeah. That I found that very interesting. Go read it, please. Again, GameIndustry.biz is a really good article. Moving on to Ubisoft bans player-created Assassin's Creed quests that let you level up by doing nothing. This is by Nathan Grayson over on Kotaku. So, did you see this? They released a quest maker tool.
I saw that. I didn't get a chance to do it.
So I did.
Oh, did you?
I did one of these XP things.
Did it take? Okay, now.
So I did one literally because I saw it and it said.
Could you tell a difference?
So. Let me give you the background and then I'll answer that question. So what it was just a random thing on the thing. They come up as quests, but they're blue.
Okay.
Like a dark blue.
Okay, I think I've seen.
And it says player-made content. And it gives you the title of the quest. I just went over one because I just started the game and I was playing it. And then I saw one and it said, let's see if this works. XP, XP, XP. I was like, what does that mean? I was like, you piqued my interest. I hit play, go to play it. I start and there's immediately like 8 people around me. And I just kill them all. I didn't get a lot of XP, so I was like, I guess it didn't work, or I'm supposed to just do this and keep grinding, maybe.
Yeah.
But I did it, stopped, and I was like, okay, that was whatever, and then didn't pay attention to that at all. Okay. And maybe I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I did get a lot of XP for it or something. And then I see this like the next day. So I'll read the article. I'll skip that. Can choose. Okay. Almost immediately came a mess of quests dedicated to rapid fire powered leveling. Quote, to each their own, you might say, of this questionable practice, but Ubisoft has decided to put its battle sandal clad Grecian foot down and ban quests that are simply about easy XP boosting. So these custom quests would, for example, spawn NPCs to instantly kill an enemy for the player, granting them experience in seconds. Players could then repeat this process, gaining sweet XP until all their dreams come true. Now, about a month later, Ubisoft has announced in a forum post that these types of bogus quests will no longer be tolerated. So exactly what I said, because there were people fighting with me, so that makes sense now. So yeah, I guess I was just supposed to grind that until I hit a high level. I'm gonna be honest. Why are they upset about this?
So okay, So let's say when you started the mission,
right,
and you finished the mission. How long did that take? More than 5 minutes?
Seconds. No,
20 seconds.
So it starts me in this area.
Okay. Yeah.
5 enemies are around me.
Okay.
3 of my people that are fighting with me are around.
Okay.
Me. Literally, the quest just says kill. Kill everyone.
Okay.
It says kill again.
Okay.
Everyone comes at me. Kill them.
Okay.
Ends. XP.
How
So to be fair, like I said, yeah, it was like 30 seconds.
And you said you didn't you got like a normal amount of XP?
I'll be honest, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
But I was expecting a level up.
Okay.
Not level up. Now,
let's see.
I got probably...
Let's say you get the normal amount of XP that you want.
Okay, so if I did, that is a lot of XP.
Yeah.
So
because
if I do that literally 6 more times...
Yeah, I mean, that's less than a minute.
I level up. So, yeah, that's a good point. So in, 3 minutes, I could have leveled up. And
the amount of time that you need,
I'm at level, 62.
Yeah.
So I'm leveling up slow. So if that's leveling me up, that's a good point, actually. I didn't think about that. So I guess they got upset because they were power leveling. I don't know why they care so much because this game's been out for so long. I don't understand why this is the hill they choose to fight on. Why is...
maybe just so they don't want anybody to be able to take advantage of the game.
So they bring up an interesting point. It's worth noting that this particular exploit might have hit close to home. Given that Odyssey launched with a suite of pricey microtransactions with I'll get to that in a second. I don't agree with that, but I'll get to that in a second. That offered, among other things, XP and money boosts. They're still available. Alongside others, they have come along since. They're still available alongside others that have come along since. Weird sentence, sorry.
Yeah, it's a weird
The company
sentence.
has not mentioned that with regard to these player-created quests. However, I'm sorry, these are weird sentences. Instead, it's focused its messaging on creating an environment in which elaborate stories about gods, men, and in one tale, discovered by Kotaku's Joshua River, Sith Lords can thrive. Whoa, that's cool. I guess someone made a Jedi one. So they're saying that they probably got upset because you have to pay for XP boosts.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to. You have the choice to pay for an XP boost and level up.
Okay.
They're saying they probably got upset because you can just use this XP thing and level up that way.
I think they're upset about the XP boost because
I just think they're upset because of this an exploit in their game.
Well, and I think they're trying to just keep people in the game until the next one comes out because they don't want just somebody to let's say get the highest level in a couple hours and then don't play and then they're done. Yeah,
that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Now let's get back to this pricey microtransactions. I paid for the XP boost. You did too as well, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember it being pricey. I don't even remember how much it was, honestly. But to be fair, we're not...
Honestly,
I'm going to be honest with you. I won't speak for Alex, but I'm not necessarily rolling in money.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily making a whole lot of money. So if it wasn't pricey for me...
Yeah, no.
I don't think that's a fair statement to make saying it was pricey.
I mean, yeah, honestly, I think when you pre-ordered it, I think you get there's a permanent XP boost. I think it's 0.5. I don't remember how.
It was money, wasn't it?
Well, it was money and
was it?
There was money and XP.
I don't think it was XP.
I have okay.
I don't remember. I'm not going to say
okay, I think there was an XP one.
Okay.
Though you get one or the other from a pre-order bonus.
I know for sure I got enough currency to buy one of those.
Yeah.
And I used it for an XP boost.
Okay. I just don't remember which one it was. But I know you get some sort of XP with the pre-order, which honestly already, it's just a pre-order bonus.
Yeah. So I used that to get the XP boost. I leveled up a lot. I liked the XP boost. My girlfriend used it without the XP boost. Mm-hmm. She was fine. There was no... I like leveling up, so I bought it almost immediately because I was like...
Of course. Yeah, because I want
I'll
to
take this XP
be
boost.
Overpowered, yeah.
Yeah, I want to feel powerful, so I got it.
Yeah.
She did not. No complaints.
Fine. Yeah.
No complaints. And this isn't a woman who plays video games all the time like I do, and I just know things about video games. Like, I know how to manipulate AI if I need to and stuff like that. Like, you can tell what an AI can do, and you can read them pretty quickly, or it takes a little longer. But I mean, if she could live with it, it was not needed in the game.
Yeah. Like that, I don't agree with that statement.
Yeah. But anyways, that was an interesting story I want to bring up. I wish they didn't, because it's just a fun community thing. I don't know why they care so much. And this brings on a much broader topic that I would like to actually do a Patreon exclusive about. exploits and why people care about them so much. Maybe dive into the history of exploits and why game companies just do not want exploits, cheat codes in their games anymore because they've not really existed like for a long time. PS2, I think, was really the last time that game that cheats were really a thing. Because I remember Game Shark.
I remember like those because during middle school we had the book fairs and they had those game cheat codes. I used to buy those all the time.
Nice.
Just because I thought it was cool.
Yeah, this is a whole other topic, but I wish that they just relaxed a little about these. Maybe they could have made a statement. It was like, hey, this wasn't necessary, but we're not gonna like hit the hammer on this. Like, have fun.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on. Yeah. But the relax, Ubisoft. I love your games. Chill.
Yeah.
Amazon Studios.
I'm excited for this one.
Yes, I'm very excited for this too. Amazon Game Studios announced a new Lord of the Rings free-to-play MMO in the works for PC and consoles. Details were from Entertainment Weekly, and this is not really a story. He just kind of puts it to that.
Yeah.
But it's just a short thing announcing that. This is by Joshua Rivera over on Kotaku. Basically, it's just the announcement.
Yeah.
Looks cool. There's not too much to this. I don't think there really is too much to this actual oracle.
Isn't Amazon making the show?
So, yes, I'm pretty sure.
I'm wondering if the show or if the MMO is tying into the show.
That would be cool.
Or vice versa.
So I'm hitting up Entertainment Weekly. This is by Nick Romano. With a live-action Lord of the Rings TV series in the works. You just brought that up, Alex. Yeah. It was only a matter of time before the video game space again tackled the realm of J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth. Today makes it official. Amazon Game Studios revealed the development of the next big Lord of the Rings video game described as, quote, a free-to-play, massively multiplayer online, end quote, release for PC and consoles. There are a few specifics available at the time, but we will know a game will be set in Middle-earth and, quote, give fans around the globe a new immersive game experience for epic exploration of the vast world of Tolkien, end quote. It won't, however, be directly connected to Amazon's Lord of the Rings research, which is set during the Second Age, thousands of years before the events of Tolkien's The Fellowship of the Ring.
Okay.
The release date has not been set.
All right.
So you can read into a few things.
Yeah.
This also brings up the fact that, like you said, there's the TV show. There's now this.
Yep.
Which gets me excited because an MMO, Lord of the Rings sounds awesome.
Well, there is one already. It's just old.
Really?
Yes, there isn't. If you go on Steam or online or anything, because I played it before, it's very old. It just says Lord of the Rings Online. It's an MMO. It's literally think of World of Warcraft, but just Lord of the Rings. But you can make your own. You can be a hobbit. You can be an elf. You can be.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I started playing it. It was me first starting out MMOs, so I didn't get into it because I just didn't know. I felt like it was too much for me at first, but I think now if I go back to it, I think I would kind of be excited for it because it does look a little old. If you would try this one now, I'm just hoping.
Oh, he quotes it in the article: "The Lord of the Rings Online Shadows of Agdmar." So that's what you're talking about.
I think that's a new. I think that's a new expansion or something. Yeah. But I didn't know they were still doing stuff for that. I know they still support the game. I just don't know they're still adding to it.
Reminds me of Star Wars: The Old Republic online game, where it's like you would think it would be canceled, and then you go back and you're like, oh no, there's been like expansions like every couple.
The game is so good though. But no, Lord of the Rings it's pretty fun. If you want to be in that world and stuff like that, I enjoyed it.
Alex, Entertainment Weekly is asking if I want to take a pop-up came up and it asked Dumbledore's Army Entrance Exam. The darkest of times call for the strongest of measures, which is why all those who would like to join up the fight should take this exam to join Dumbledore's army. Do we do this right now, live on air? No. That was the correct answer. That's correct. No.
No.
I'm going to click on it. Your opinion of Death Eaters is...
Does anybody else hate ads?
What? I'm sorry. Hold on. We're doing this now. Oh, your opinion of Death Eaters is they embody everything that is wrong and threaten everything we have worked for as a society?
This is really happening right now.
I don't like all their...
He can't even finish the sentence.
I don't like all of their policies, but I think they're going to bring jobs back to the wizards.
Jesus. Okay. What is up with these ads?
Why does it sound like we're voting for a Republican or Democrat? That is the most political statement I've ever heard in my entire life about Death Eaters. Oh my God. What do we answer though? Are they wrong or right? I don't agree with.
Can we say neither and then continue on?
I'm gonna say they embody everything that is wrong.
Let's go with that.
The charm Rednervat is used for
what?
counteracting the effects of the stunning spell, channeling a shield to deflect a stupefy.
What was the spell?
Renovate. Can I do a call a phone a friend?
Can
I do a phone a friend?
Sure. I was about to spell it. All right. Phone a friend.
We need friends. Come here. Come, both of you. Come here now.
So our friends are his girlfriend and my wife, and they love Harry Potter, so they would understand what this is.
Okay, I'm giving you guys a background on this. We're live. We're live right now, so don't say anything racist. The charm renovate. Okay, sorry. Let me give you a breakdown.
How do you say that?
So I went to Entertainment Weekly to read a story. This just pops up on my screen. It literally says, we need to take a Dumbledore entry exam for whatever reason. So I was like, all right, let's do it, Entertainment Weekly. So the question is, the charm Reinnervate, I think is what it said. Renovate is used for counteracting the effects of the stunning spell, channeling a shield to deflect a stupefy. What does it do?
I think it's counteracting a stunning spell.
Counteracting a study spell from Carly. Rebecca? You're saying the same?
This is really
Which spell would you use if you wanted to destroy something quickly? Levicorporpius Reducto. You would use Reducto?
Yeah, that's a ball.
Anybody who's a Harry Potter fan, I'm sure you're enjoying this right now.
Which of the below is the correct match of the wizard and their Patronus? Ginny Weasley and a horse.
Elijah is livid.
A horse is just unexpected. I wasn't Jeannie is such a nice petite woman. It's so horse.
You do understand that this,
Yeah.
this Harry Potter, whatever this thing is for the big book fans.
Right, but Ginny is not a nice petite woman in the books.
Is she not?
No, she's like a strong, badass female character.
This is Harry Potter's woman, right?
Yeah,
This is the girlfriend?
We've
In the movies, isn't she small?
She's super.
That's the movies.
And mousy in the movies.
Right.
She is a badass female character in the books. She is constantly getting into the twins' nonsense and like beating people up, and like she's constantly defending them. So yeah, of course, makes total sense.
Luna Lovegood and a unicorn was the other option.
Yeah, Luna's a rabbit, so that doesn't make sense.
Can we also take a moment? A horse is unexpected, but a salmon was.
That's a good point.
That's a deep Rebecca question right there. I'm not going to get into that. Who revealed the room of requirement first, Dumbledore or Dobby?
Okay, this is a tricky one because Dumbledore technically says that the first time Harry meets him, he talks about how he really needed a toilet and just found one randomly.
Yeah.
And Dobby, I don't remember when Dobby talks about it.
Was it in the second book?
Alex, what do you think the room of requirement is?
The room of requirement? Do you know what that is?
But we don't really see Dobby till book 3. Because Dumbledore's
It's in the movie. I've never read the books, but it's in the movie.
Okay, about it. What is it though?
Okay,
The room of requirement is like this book with a bunch of shit.
Look at that! Look at that! You're talking shit about you. Don't even know.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore?
We're invested now.
Okay, Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
These mother. Well, you know what they did? Submit your answers to see if you pass. Dumbledore's. You have to put your email.
I apologize if we're breaking anybody's ears with these yelling. I try to edit it as best as I can.
Congratulations, you're now a member of Dumbledore's army.
I think that means we passed.
I don't think so. I think they passed you because this was basically an ad to pay for their weekly thing.
Okay, so what were the questions before we got in here, though?
There was only one other one. It was something about Death Eaters.
Oh, what is your? This was hilarious. What was your opinion on Death Eaters? They're wrong in every way, or the other one is I don't agree with their policies, but they're gonna bring back jobs. I was like, what? That sounded straight up like Republican, Democrat. Which one you like?
That's really.
Oh my god, I haven't gotten the email yet. I will give you guys an update when the email comes in. I've yet to get it.
Do they give you the answers to certain questions though? Because I
No.
want to know like certain questions.
And this has been the Entertainment Weekly Dumbledore test.
This has been the Entertainment Week.
What I'm questioning is who revealed the requirement first. It's got to be Dumbledore. But Dobby does tell him about it. I
I'm sure anybody who's listening to this conversation, they're probably trying to say the answer. If you know the answer, comment below.
Comment below. Hit us up on Twitter. We don't know, and they are racking their brains right now. We're moving on. You guys are free to leave. I don't know. I haven't gotten the email yet, so I'll tell you as soon as they come in. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of fun emails that I just put Entertainment
You know
Weekly.
you know what's gonna happen now?
What?
They're gonna go on Entertainment Weekly now just to get this test so they could do it.
So I went to Entertainment Weekly to follow up on a story, and I was reading the story, and literally the pop-up came up as like, take the entrance exam, and I was like, I looked at Alex as like, do we take this quiz? And I go, no. And I'm like, but that's the wrong answer. And I go and I start doing it. And then they started asking me questions.
You're just going to sit over your shoulder.
Oh my God. Moving
Yeah, moving on.
Moving on to Man of Medan announces multiplayer modes. Do you remember what this is, Alex?
No.
This is the Dark Pictures anthology game made by the people who made Until Dawn. Bandai Namco, this is over at...
He's not even looking at the same webpage.
Well, we just got to it.
Oh, we're gonna get railed now. This is
Anyway.
by Tanner Deadmon over on Gamebook.com. Bandai Namco announced recently that its decision-driven game, The Dark Pictures Anthology Man of Medan, will have 2 multiplayer modes. Players can take part in either online or offline. The cinematic horror game can be played with either 2 players online or up to 5 players offline. As such, one takes control of a different character to make decisions that will impact others. Supermassive, that was the game I was blanking on the name. Supermassive Games and Bandai released a trailer today as of the article. If you've played Until Dawn, you know that this is an awesome to play like together with people because you can like make
decisions
decision horror decisions. Yeah. One thing that reminds me of like when you're running, like, do you hide in the closet or do you run upstairs? And you're like, oh, what do you? Because they're both awful choices, but you gotta pick one.
You don't know what's gonna happen though.
So there's 2 modes specifically. There's the shared story mode. So what that is share the story simultaneously with a friend in 2-player online co-op. Both players explore the world, make choices, perform actions that affect the outcome of the story and the fate of their respective characters. And they also traverse scenes through a different perspective from the single-player experience, sometimes together, sometimes apart in totally separate scenes, revealing new information, locations, and scares. Movie night mode is the other mode that they're speaking of. Play locally in a group of up to 5 players with 1 controller. I like that each player. Yeah, that sounds cool. With each player taking charge of the movement, decisions, and choices of one of the 5 main characters. Players can choose between saving themselves or trying to keep their friends' characters alive. At the end of each playthrough, actions and impacts will be judged with achievements and rewards for each player. I'm liking the movie night mode. That sounds like something that actually you and me and the girls can get together and play. That's about a different... I'll bring up a quick thing that the Pete Samuels, the series director and executive producer at Supermassive, says, quote, each mode is different, but both have been influenced by other experiences with Until Dawn. When Until Dawn released, we were surprised and delighted by how many people were streaming the game. We had around 1 billion views on YouTube alone. Jesus. We'd also get plenty of people telling us how much they enjoyed playing the game together with friends on the couch. They both fed into the initial design of the Dark Pictures anthology, and we decided that along with story, characters, and cinematic production values, multiplayer should be the core to the series. In short, we have built the Dark Pictures anthology from the ground up with multiplayer in mind. Very cool. It's set to release PS4, Xbox One, and PC on August 30th.
This is not the same game as there was that new one. It was by the same people who did Until Dawn, the one that they're on the ship.
This is it.
That's what this is?
Yes, Man of Medan.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know what the name was. So,
I'm pretty sure this is the same thing. There's 2 games that they're making.
Yeah.
And I think they said they want to make a game every year, I think is what it was.
Oh, wow.
And there's 5 in total in this anthology, if I remember correctly. And they're going to be 1 a year.
It says anthology. Are all the games connected?
So
or they're just 2
Well, an anthology usually means... same universe, different stories, usually not connected.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Usually.
So it's in the same universe.
So
could they ever cross over at each other?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
And they could have a Supermassive game. Get it? Because their name's Supermassive, and they have Supermassive games. That looks really cool. A lot of people went out and played the, influencers and all that. They invited a bunch of people to play the game. I've heard nothing but good stuff. Sounds fun. I would like to try this game out, especially with, I don't know if you, maybe the girls again, would like to play it, but I'd like to play this.
Same. I would like to play it.
Did you play Until Dawn?
I never finished it.
I didn't either.
I played like the first couple hours.
Something else I think came out.
That I was playing it because it was free at one point for PlayStation Plus, but I was playing it at one point and I got off track, and then I remembered how like it was kind of creepy, and I forgot to go back to it.
It is pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Moving on. Game Industry Up Biz. This is from Brendan Sinclair. Fortnite streaming hours drop for 4th straight quarter.
Jesus.
Yep. This
so
is
4th straight quarter. That's already a year, isn't it? Quarters.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, technically a quarter lasts a year. Yes, that's a fiscal year. Okay. They're different from a calendar year, but same concept for a year.
I gotcha.
This is just a report basically saying that they're down. I'll go over the times. Fortnite's hours watched were down 3.66% to just over 300 million hours watched. Darn. Yeah. Alex, isn't that just rookie numbers? Aren't we doing triple that? It was the 4th consecutive quarter of declines for the game, even though it remains the most watched game on streaming platforms. I think that's an important thing to note. It's still the most watched thing. It's just slightly gone down a little bit. Yeah. Fortnite has more than double the hours watched of any game outside the top 4, and the gap between it and League of Legends, the next most watched game, actually increased this quarter because Riot's Hit saw a larger decline in viewership. That's interesting. League of Legends. You used to play that.
Yeah. I want to go back. Right. I just don't know if I can.
EA's Apex Legends saw the most precipitous drop of any game in the second quarter, going from 3rd place with almost 183 million hours watched in Q1 to out of the top 10 entirely, less than 65.4 million hours watched in Q2. I think that sums up Apex. Honestly,
yeah,
we get giant things where a bunch of people jump on, play for that few weeks, and then just drops off. I think that's where Apex is just going to sit because I love the team. I'm glad they made this decision, but the main director behind it said that he is not going to push his team to match Fortnite.
Yeah,
because he knows he's going to make them crunch for unbelievable hours, and he's not going to do that. Now that means he's going to fall behind, but it's not like they're not profitable. So, I mean, I think that's fine. If they honestly do not want to crunch, don't do it, please. Yeah. Don't hurt yourselves. Don't kill yourselves. Relax. But that doesn't mean that you have drops in viewership because you're not working like Fortnite. Literally, I want to say it was a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, got a hit piece written. That's unfair. It wasn't a hit piece, but someone came out and said that crunch over there is unbelievable. They're working on it right now, but the crunch has been unimaginable, which I can't imagine. From Fortnite BR, the first season to now, the amount of work that's been needed.
Yeah, there's
so many variables, right? Yeah. I can't imagine.
I mean, yeah. Did you see who took 3rd place though? It was Grand Theft Auto 5
on Twitch.
Well, on that graph you were just looking at, Grand Theft Auto was number 7.
Yeah, so Q2.
It jumped up to 3, which. It jumped up 151%. So a lot of people.
Do you know why? Is there an expansion around the time?
I think they have been adding more lately. My little brother was playing it, but I forgot. I think they've added more, and I think they're actually adding a new story arc. I'm just not. I'm not sure though. But from what I've seen, a lot of people are playing GTA still.
Let's see. Yeah, EA's saw the most precipitous. Yeah, the last Battle Royale game in the top 10 players unknown Battlegrounds also saw declines quarter over quarter, dropping 4.3% to 65.4 million hours watched and sliding from 9th place to 10th. Yeah. As for games that did well for the quarter, Blizzard saw gains for World of Warcraft up 64.1%. Yeah, isn't that because they released Classic? Remember?
Yeah,
they released original vanilla. World of Warcraft with no expansions. You could just play regular World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Well, I know there's another one coming out. It's called Warcraft 3. I think that's they're like remastering or something.
Well, there's a remaster coming out. Yeah. Overwatch up 15.5%. I'm pretty sure that's because of the League, Overwatch League. I actually was watching a game yesterday. Overwatch League.
Oh, yeah. The Overwatch League,
esports. I was watching a game the other day. And Hearthstone up 47.6%. Yep. Because the new expansion was announced. Everyone got hyped again. Yep. And Hearthstone's in a good place, too. That helped push those titles to 7th, 8th, and 9th, respectively. Beyond that, Grand Theft Auto 5 hours watched soared 151.7%. So they almost doubled to 217.6 million and third place. The Stream Elements attributing the jump to the increasingly
still
popular.
Going.
So yeah, it says this is interesting. So Stream Elements, which I think tracks people, Stream Elements I think is like a something people use, attributing the jump to increasing popularity of GTA 5 role playing from streamers like Soda Poppin'. I guess that's a streamer. It's kind of a cool name.
Yeah.
Finally, Just Chatting. Casual streamers were growing in popularity, up 7.1% to fourth place with 181 million hours watched. That's kind of cool. Basically, just podcasting. Basically, with the chat, and they're just chatting. Overall, Twitch accounted for 2.7 billion hours watched, down less than 2% quarter over quarter. That makes up 72.2% of all streaming hours tracked by Stream Elements, with YouTube Live, the next most popular service, accounting for 735.5 million hours and 19.5% of the total. On the low end, Facebook's gaming, 197.8 million hours watched, 5.3% of total hours watched, was an improvement for the social network. Pushing it above Mixer's 112.3 million hours watched, 3% of total.
Which I'm surprised about that one. I'm assuming Mixer's more popular on Xbox, I guess. So since not everybody uses Xbox.
So
they don't
I
really
need
know
to look
about
in
it.
what Streamer Elements are. I assume it's just a tracking software that tries to track hours or stuff. But I'm pretty sure this is all accurate. Going up from everyone's watch time. But yeah, I guess Mixer. I mean, I didn't know it was the lowest of the low, but it is not as popular nearly as Twitch and YouTube.
I would just say Mixer would be before Facebook gaming, but I guess everybody's on Facebook.
I mean,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I mean, hey, you have grandmothers on Facebook still, right?
Yeah, grandmother's playing Watch Dogs 2. And what was it, Skyrim? I think that old lady on YouTube.
Yeah, that was awesome. So that's all interesting. I not surprised by Twitch. I, like you said, am surprised Mixer so low. I would have just assumed they were so high. I have heard rumors that talks with Twitch streamers, high end people like Ninja, and say if they have anything to say about like, hey, well, what do I do if I start Twitch streaming now? What would I do? He was like, I would probably go to Mixer, only because you get more of a growing platform and has more chances of success because there's not as many people on there.
Oh,
maybe that's it. Maybe if you're a growing streamer, do both. Yeah. The only downside of doing both is Twitch. If you're an affiliate, an affiliate means you've racked up enough things to become a partner. Yeah. So you start off an affiliate and then you go into a partner. And if you're a partner, that means you're getting a certain amount of cuts, certain amount of benefits. Yeah. But that means you only stream on Twitch. Yeah. So that if you don't only stream on Twitch, it breaks your contract. Mixer, there is nothing like that. So that kind of sucks that Twitch has you have to stream here and Mixer does not, which they would kind of break that because it would be cool that you could watch everything everywhere. But, moving on. Oh, you know what? No, I want to go over this chart. This is actually very interesting. Okay. Q1 saw Fortnite being 311 hours. We went over that. So I'm just going to go from the top bottom because I just find this interesting. Fortnite, League of Legends, Apex, Just Chatting, Dota 2, Counter-Strike, Global Force, Grand Theft Auto 5, Overwatch, PUBG, World of Warcraft is Q1. Those are all by highest hours watched. And very interesting, Fortnite, 311 million hours watched. League of Legends right behind him, 302 million. That's insane. Mm-hmm. Like right behind him. I did not know League of Legends was still that big a deal.
League of Legends is still probably, at least in my opinion, the number one MOBA right now. And Dota, I don't think it's higher than Dota, but some people don't like League. They rather go to Dota. So it's like, it's 50-50.
Well, but I heard people like League more because they just find it more appealing because it's updated more, I think. I'm not in the MOBA space, so I can't speak too much.
I don't know if it's appealing as it. I think it's it's easier to read, as in like it's like I think like when I tried Dota when I was still playing League, it was too complicated. At least it was just how everything looked. It was just too much. So with League, it was very simplistic and a lot easier to get into. So I think that's what it could be.
Okay.
I mean, it looks fun, but it's just I think there's too much at stake, or not at stake, but like there's too much going on the screen versus a League. So I don't know. Right. I'm assuming that's what it is, but to be honest, I'm not sure. And then of course, League still has. How can I say? There's still. Of course, Dota is too, but they're still. They still use it for esports and stuff like that.
Right.
So I mean, I'm assuming that counts into it.
Yeah, I think so too. I just was not expecting that close.
Yeah,
I didn't know League was just that big a deal still.
Yeah.
Good for them.
No, yeah. I mean, it's a fun
and
game.
good for people who like it, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on. This is just a quick article. Facebook reportedly after Ubisoft IP, other AAA franchises for Oculus exclusives. This is over on Game Industry Buzz as well by Rebecca Valentine. Though VR is still growing slowly, one criticism that it still lacks exclusive entries from popular AAA franchises to draw crowds. That may change soon if Facebook gets its way. The information reports that Facebook is currently after both game studio acquisitions for Oculus development, as well as IP rights to make VR games and popular franchises. Two IPs that sources say are already signed for are Assassin's Creed and Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, both from Ubisoft. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg was reportedly involved with the deal, though VP of Special Gaming Initiatives Jason Rubin is in charge of the push for acquisitions and content as a whole. Rubin was promoted in December from his previous role as Oculus head of content. Quote, we cannot comment on specific partnerships, but we will continue to focus on expanding our library and reaching broader gaming audiences for years to come, end quote, said a Facebook spokesperson. Facebook launched its new untethered Oculus Quest headset at the end of May this year. In its first 2 weeks, it moved over $5 million in software sales. All very interesting.
Huh.
Have you tried Oculus, Alex? Have you tried it at all? Yeah.
No.
No, I haven't either.
I want to. I mean,
me too.
Like we
went Facebook, send us a free Oculus. We'll try it out.
I mean, right?
We're ready to sell out Facebook.
Right? Hey, I'm down.
That's a joke. This is all cool. It's interesting that they're open to get AAA franchises, but only specifically for VR. So it seems like they don't want to put too much money in buying a studio. They just want to license the IP out to make a VR game. Pretty cool. We'll keep an eye on it. I have a PSVR, so I'm not very interested in buying an Oculus Quest because I'd also have to buy a very strong PC to then handle the Oculus Quest. So not very interested, but very cool to say the least.
Oculus Quest is the one that's handheld, I thought, or the one that's by itself, isn't it? That's the new
Quest is, yes, the new one.
Oh, okay. I'm
talking about the other one.
Oh, okay.
Isn't there another one?
Yeah, and
there's just the Oculus, right?
Rift.
Yes,
the Oculus
that's
Rift.
Right. Yeah.
Oculus
Quest is cool.
Yeah, I thought you said Quest. That's why I was like, yeah, that one's the wireless one, the new one.
Yeah, the wireless one. Yeah, which interested. Not gonna lie.
It looks
not
cool.
gonna lie for another one. Moving on, this is over on Kotaku by Chris Kohler. TurboGrafx 16 Mini launches in March with 50-ish games. This is for all you hardcore retro guys out there, mainly my father, because he loves that stuff. TurboGrafx 16 was one of the OG consoles that came out. It was along with NES and N64, NES and the Segas and all that. Very popular games. It's like 50-ish games. I'm looking through the list right now. Bomberman 93 is on there. Lords of Thunder, New Adventure Island, Soldier Blade, Space Harrier. I've heard good stuff about that. And then there's a Japanese version with its own games. Bomberman 94. There's the Ghouls and Ghosts game. Sorry, the Japanese version of that. Salamander, Superstar Soldier, Kung Fu, and Ys 1 and 2. Very cool. I love mini systems.
Yeah.
It looks fun too. I love just seeing like it was just a mini size.
Yeah.
Something else is cool. Very interesting, Alex. If you ever seen this, it looks like that picture. And if you see that little indent right there that looks like a square, it fits cards. The games were like on kind of like cards. You remember Alien? Kind of look like those cards they put in stuff. They looked like floppy disks. That's right. I almost forgot. They kind of looked like kind of, but
just like
they
a
were
little
square.
card shaped floppy disk type of thing.
Yeah. Okay. It was like a little like card, like you said. It was really small.
Interesting.
Another required reading, just to put it out there. We're getting a little long in the tooth here, so we just kind of want to give a shout out. This is another fantastic article, Industry.biz by Matthew Handrahan. This is editor-in-chief over there too. In the past, YouTubers were very problematic. Suddenly, they become allies. That's the headline. Basically, going into originally. People who made video games were upset when they were making games and people would just play the game on their YouTube page, right? Yeah, do you remember this, Alex?
What?
Originally, when YouTube became a thing, people were playing games on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
And originally the IP holders were getting upset because if you're showing the game to completion, that means that person is not buying that game. Yeah. Right. Now, of course, you see that that's the complete opposite. Mm-hmm. People playing the game only either incentivizes people to buy it because they want to buy it because they saw their favorite streamer or favorite Let's Player play it, or that person wasn't going to buy it anyways. Yeah. And they're just going to watch a Let's Play of it. I've heard plenty of people too, which I'm not one of them, but plenty of people that say, "Oh, that's a good game, but I'm just gonna watch a Let's Play of it."
Yeah, I've seen a lot of it.
I'm surprised. I've had a lot of people tell me that. I'm not taken aback. I'm not like, "Oh heavens," but it's very interesting to hear when people say that.
Yeah, because right now all I really use those game ones are for like walkthroughs.
Same.
Yeah, I mean. Like I used to watch people play games, and just because it gets me excited for it, and I want to experience myself, but I won't do.
So you don't watch streamers?
Not a lot.
Nothing you want. Is there? Do you watch a Let's Player? Anything?
Not really. No.
Nothing.
I mean, before, yeah. I used to watch.
We used to watch
PewDiePie
Toby games.
Toby.
Funny, both of those people.
I mean, I used to watch them play Happy Wheels all the time.
Oh yeah. Back in. God, what was that? 2008. I don't even know. It's like so far now.
It's close to 2009, 2010.
Yeah, so that's so far now. But Happy Wheels not Happy. What was it called?
It was Happy Wheels.
Was it Happy Wheels?
Yeah, that crazy weird.
Yeah, the weird thing with the dude with the.
And every time they die or whatever, with the little mall cop looking.
I forget what it's called, but whatever. The
two-wheel thing.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
We used to do the same thing. Just watch them and just laugh.
I don't do it anymore.
I do. It's usually something I put on while I'm either doing something else or I just need noise in the background. Yeah. And I've watched all my podcasts, so I do that. Hearthstone, Apex, Fortnite. Usually it's Ninja.
I'd rarely do it unless there's a new game or there's a game that I saw and I want to watch gameplay for it, and I'll keep it on for a little bit, but I don't watch like often. That'll be like maybe once a couple weeks or something. Mm-hmm. I don't do it much.
I don't have huge Let's Players that I watch. I don't think though. Yeah. Other than like if I'm really into something, like right now I'm kind of into Apex, so I'm like watching like this is like the play when this like spotlight videos and stuff like that. Hearthstone stuff like just things like that. That's about it. Mm-hmm. Again, cool article. GamingIndustry.biz. Check them out. That's going to close the show for today. That was nice. Anything that left out you want to bring up? Something happened in your life you need to talk about?
I mean...
Your favorite...
My what?
Your favorite lizard died or something? Alex has a lot of animals.
Not a lizard, though. Because that'd be kind of...
I'm going to keep saying animals until people will believe me that you just have a zoo.
I mean, it feels like an ark. No, not this house. My mother-in-law's house feels like an ark.
Yeah.
Because she just got another animals.
Dog. It's like 20 animals.
Yeah, she got that Jack Russell that
she's like a humane shelter.
It's ridiculous how many animals are there. I think there's like, there's like 6 to 8 dogs, and there's like 6 to 8 cats.
Hey, most people would argue not enough. Not enough.
I was watching, I think either Carly
My Strange Addiction.
I know, I thought it was, but no, that she either popped up on her phone or on the TV. It just popped up, and there was this couple or this guy had 72 dogs in the house, and I think actually
that's illegal too.
Huh?
That's illegal. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I think they saved them, and I think they give them homes, so they're like their own shelter in a way, but it's in their home. Like from what it looked like,
sounds illegal.
I don't know, but
because you can only have so many animals in a house for it to be safe for them.
But it's not all in the house. I think there's like some they're all running everywhere, like in the backyard and stuff like that. But they had 72 dogs, and like they have a bunch of cages around, and they find them new homes. But Carly was like, these two guys have 72 dogs. I'm like, whoa,
impressive. Whoa. What do you even do to feed them? You just throw the bag and run. Feeding time. Yeah, just run the other way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But this was a fun episode. We learned a lot. We figured out if we get into Dumbledore's entrance exam.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten the email though. So I made it in, but I haven't gotten the email going over it, and that's sad.
They're fake.
That's sad. Yeah, they're fake. Entertainment Weekly. We're coming for you.
It's not Dumbledore.
It's not Dumbledore. Remember, cast Reinnervate on the like button. If you liked this episode, please help us out. If you made it this long, you had to have liked it.
Yeah, right. We're an hour and 14 minutes in. You must have liked it.
Make it, subscribe, 5-star, all that good stuff. Please, it helps so much. Check out our Instagrams. Same thing at Easy Achievers. Twitter, Easy Achievers. I'm at
Possibly
EPM9000.
YouTube soup. Wink, wink.
Yes, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. YouTube. That's it. Please, patreon.com/eachachievers. $1 helps a lot. $5 gets you the episodes early. $20, we shout your name out. Thank you guys for listening. You guys have the good rest of the week and your weekend.
Have a good one.